On this week's tip video, we're going to talk about how to hide in snow-covered fields. Now, there's a number of ways that you can do it. A lot of layout blinds nowadays have snow covers that you can buy. Additionally, they're custom fit and made for the exact blind. The blinds that we use that are the non-frame kind of sleeping bag style, they don't have a snow cover that's made for them. So we're going to show you some ways that we hide in a snow-covered field, whether it be partial or full, and maybe save you a little bit of money along the way. So we have our first blind here. We're going to simulate that we're in a cut cornfield. It's a stubble field. We have our blind brushed just like we would in that scenario. Depending on the amount of snow cover is going to determine the next step that we take. A lot of times if you're hunting ducks in a field, there's not going to be a deep snowpack. It's going to be splotchy or real thin. So what we like to do is take the spray snow. It's the Santa snow that you can buy at the Walmart. Couple things to keep in mind here. If you buy it before Christmas, it's a lot more expensive than if you buy it the day after Christmas. So I'm sure there's going to be a rush on December 26th for the spray snow. Another thing that you have to keep in mind is you want to keep this warm. Chances are if you're hunting a field with snow on the ground, it's below freezing and this stuff will freeze up quick. So you're going to keep it in your truck until it comes time to use it. Make sure you bring it in the house overnight. Make sure it stays warm until it's time to go to the blind and spray. So all we do is just lightly haze it to match our surroundings. Depending on how much snow there is, that's how much white we're going to put on the corn stalks. You just want to match it like you match any other scenario. So in that first scenario where we stubbled the blind and then hit it with the spray snow, that's going to be an option that you can use whenever it is a very light, splotchy snow covering, a real thin accumulation. If you've got more, you're in a real flat field where there's not a lot of stubble sticking up and there might be as little snow as an inch. But if you've got nothing up sticking up and it's more of a white blanket, what we have done since we don't have snow covers for our blinds is we'll go to Walmart or some kind of fabric store and we're gonna buy a 6x4 foot sheet of, it's like a fleecy felt material. And the reason we choose that material over like a cotton bed sheet or something is it's sticky. As you can see right here, that corn stubble or any kind of stubble that you're gonna put on your blind is gonna stick to it a lot more than the cotton. Every time you move in that blind, if you've got brush on it on cotton, it's gonna fall right off. Now, some of the brush is gonna fall off this when you raise up to shoot, but not all of it. You're gonna have a good base still left if you're needing to put some corn stalks on it or some bean stubble, depending on the cover in the field. So it's basically, you're just gonna go with a blanket here is all it is, and get it wider and longer than what you need, because chances are as you're rolling around in that blind looking at birds behind you, above you, to the side of you, it's gonna move, it's gonna rotate. And since you have this extra space here on the outside, see the blind ends here, the sheet comes to here. You've got that extra buffer if it does get bunched up or pulled to one side or pulled back. Like I said, if you're in more of a white situation versus a brush with a little bit of white, get your corn stalks, sprinkle them across there, and you'll blend in that way. And again, like I said, see how it almost sticks to it. Not quite as good as Velcro, but it definitely it binds to this felt fleecy material. And you can pick up a 6x4 sheet of this stuff like I did. I think it was like $5.50. Most snow covers that I've seen are 60 bucks and up. So yes, it's going to get dirty. A snow cover for a blind is going to get dirty. If you want to go buy another $6 sheet, that's a very easy alternative, or put it in a 5-gallon bucket of OxyClean and give it a good scrub and you'll whiten it back up. Make sure you stay tuned next week as we use some covers just like this in a snowy, muddy, melting cornfield in Minnesota that was full of mallards.